Storytime, and it's embarrassing. Ken and I went to Zumba class last night for the first time ever. Never done it before in our lives, but we've both got dance history and in our past, and so we thought, oh, it'll be fine. And I knew the instructor because she also does Pilates, and I do Pilates quite often. And I thought, well, I know the instructor, and even though we've never done Zumba before, I'm sure we'll be able to, get in. And so walked into the hall, and we were the last ones to come in. And it was Ken and I, and then everyone else was female. So probably about 30 women, and ranges of ages from 20s all the way up to 70s probably. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to be absolutely fine here. Absolutely fine. So I said, oh, hi, do you remember from Pilates? And she was like, oh, yeah. She had no idea. And Ken always keeps quiet. So he's the quiet one. I'm the over-the-top one. And I said, oh, yeah, well, we've never done Zumba before, but we thought we'd check it out. But I used to be a dancer. Oh, yes. But unfortunately, my spine's collapsed in later life. So, and then I'm going on, and we were right in the centre of the hall, and everyone is watching, everyone's listening. And I said, we were going to come last week, but someone said you weren't here, and everyone says you're the best, so we've waited to come this week. And everyone's going, oh, you see, Sarah, you are the best. And everyone's listening. And I said, oh, yeah, I used to be a professional dancer. And when I was in Full Monty the Musical, I ran up the side of the stairs and fell down on my back every night, so that can't have helped my spine. And but actually, I was born with a spinal defect as well that wasn't known until years later, but that's by the by. And so I'm bigging myself up, and I said, oh, you can tell I'm a dancer, look at my calves. And I'm showing my calves, and everybody's watching. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be so easy. And it starts, and of course everyone knows the moves except for Ken and I, but because we both have dance history, we picked it up quite quickly. And I'm thinking, oh, yes, I know what I'm doing. Oh, this is easy. And so we're dancing along, and it gets to the end of the first song, and I expected there to be a break. But there's not. It just mixes straight into the next song, and everybody's going straight in, and I'm going, okay, no time for breaking here, no time for waters, and the music's getting faster and faster, and by the time of the third song, I'm thinking, I'm going to die in a minute. My heart's going to stop. I was so, and because there's all these jumping stuff, and my head, when I was in the pop group, these thoughts come back in of the dance moves, and so I'm doing twirls around, and I can't stop my feet from actually dancing, and I've not professionally danced in a very long time. In fact, the last time I did any sort of dance like this was for our dance at our wedding, and that was almost 6 years ago. So we get to the end of the third song, and it still didn't stop. And I went, oh, you don't slow down for beginners then? She just went, no, as she's doing all this and whatever. And so I went to the side to drink some water, and Ken came over, and I just said, I think we have to leave. And he was like, oh, really? Yes. And we sat out one song, and everyone's going for it. And I mean, there's people of all sizes, of all ages there, and all women, and they're all doing all the, and it's Latin music, and it just keeps getting faster and faster and faster. And I just went, we're going to have to go. And so at the end of the fourth song, we rushed out, but we were at the other side of the hall, and the door was over there. So we had to walk through every single person as they're still dancing. I just waved, went, I'll see you next week. 20 minutes, just 20 minutes we were in there. And when you just feel so embarrassed at the time, and then afterwards you feel even more embarrassed. And so I'm now contemplating burning my gym membership and never going back there again, because how can I show my face there again? Who knew Zumba was so difficult? I had no idea. And if you've never done Zumba, trust me, it's not easy. And even with someone with previous dance training, even though it was like 20 years ago, yeah, my goodness, I was so out of breath. And it just makes me realise that I am really unfit, and really I need to get back into shape. Yeah, you can just imagine, can't you? Just me walking in saying how good I am and how amazing I am, and then have to leave after 20 minutes. But we are booked in to go next week, so I'll let you know how it goes.